Hello students, good morning. Welcome to the IT class. Today we will start the new chapter that is the digital documentation unit 3. So here we will see about the word processing application, right? So I hope all of you have that completed your homework of that previous chapter, that is data entry skills tools. So today let's start word processing application. So here we can use the computer to type different types of documents, like you can write here the projects, late to your friends, then reports, right? So yes, you can say that you can write the document or you can write the letter by handwritten, but the difference is maybe this understanding this handwriting is not so clear. Okay, so and also you cannot format that document. If there is any suppose error, then you cannot edit without cutting that, right? So here in such a case, a document created using a computer would not pose the challenges of handwriting and loss of content, right? So this is very important, as any type of document is prepared with a certain purpose. So this is now known as documentation. Documentation means what? Documentation actually helps to maintain a record of the content for a long time, or use it as an evidence or proof of something. Okay, so here you can create documents and presentation, charts, graphs, worksheets, all these things we can do. So word processing we will do now. So this is the word processing means what? Here you can create, edit, format, then retrieve, then print a document, right? So a word processing application or a word processor is used for performing all the activities of word processing. So there are different type of office suites. Office suite means what? It is a collection of programs such as word processor here, present PowerPoint presentation, then a spreadsheet. Okay, so this different type of office suites are available now days in market, like Microsoft Office, LibreOffice. So these are the some popular office suites. So we will learn about the LibreOffice suite. Okay, so we will see today the LibreOffice suite and the various functions that the user can perform using this word processor. Okay, LibreOffice means what? LibreOffice, first thing, it is a free and open source software that has all the features of an office productivity. This one you can see, this is a LibreOffice. Okay, so you can, because this is a open source software and free software, so all of you can install in your computer. So that's why it is called FOSS. FOSS means what? Free and open source software. So all of you can download in your computer, so you can do the work on LibreOffice then. So how will you do? For that you have to download through the www.libreoffice.org. okay, give this and download that LibreOffice free software where it has been written that free download. So that one you can do that, because it also you can do this LibreOffice on Windows, Linux and Mac operating system, right? So here in LibreOffice, the application of LibreOffice are known as Writer, Calc, Impress respectively. The suite also features other applications that are used for database management, creating diagram, chart, then editing formula, all these things you can do. So LibreOffice, the main feature of this software, first is template and styles you can do here, page layout method including frames, columns and tables, then built-in drawing tools, embedding or linking of graphics, spreadsheet, then export to PDF, including bookmarks, then embedding or linking of graphics, change tracking during revisions. So all these things you can do here in LibreOffice Writer. So this is a feature rich tool that can be used for creating various documents such as letter, report, newsletter, then your assignment, any books, brochure. So all these things you can create here in LibreOffice Writer. So you can insert graphics and objects from other applications into this. And LibreOffice Writer can export files to HTML, XHTML, then XML, Adobe Portable Document format like PDF. So all these things you can do here in LibreOffice Writer. Okay, and it also connects to your email client. If you will do email, then it also connects to that. Now how will you start? First you have to download the LibreOffice. Then suppose you want to create a document. First thing, how will you start the LibreOffice? For that, very simple. First you have to click on the start button. Okay, start button, and wherever you have saved LibreOffice, from there you have to click. Okay, so when you will click on LibreOffice, then this will come. You can see here, welcome to LibreOffice, drop a document here to, or pick an app from the left side to create one here, left side. Now which one you want to do, from here you have to select. Now suppose you want to create a new file, then what you will do, first you have to click on the file option and then new. You can see beside the new there are different type of documents like text document, spreadsheet, presentation, drawing, formula, HTML document, XML document. There are different types of documents are here, files are here. So you have to click on the text document. So when you will click on that, this type of box will come, right? So here you can create your letter, whatever you want to do you can write over here. Now after doing the work on this text document, you have to save a document. So for that the shortcut key, I think all of you know, that is Ctrl+S. that is we have done in this Microsoft Word. Here also you can see here, click on the file, you can see here the save option, Ctrl+S, and save as Ctrl+Shift+S. okay, so if you have to save the file, then click on the save option, save dialog box will open. Okay, so where you want to save, click on that and then write the name of the file. Okay, so just specify the name and type of file. Here you can see type of file. Okay, so this will save a file with different extensions, but in this LibreOffice the default extension is .odt. Remember that, .odt. Here you can see different type of document file extensions are here. Okay, so whatever you want according to your requirement you can do here from here, but by default the extension will be .odf. Okay, so this is the way how will you save a document. Now after saving, I am not saving. If you want to save, then write the name of the file and then click on the save option, then the file will be saved. Okay, now if you want to save the document, then also you can do. Okay, so if you want to save the file with a password, then you have to select this one, save with password. You have to click on that. Okay, then if you will click on the save option, here you can see when you will click on the save option, then this will come. Okay, so you have to enter the password. Then what will happen, if you want to secure your file, then you can do like this. So when you will open the file, that particular specific file, then you have to give the password. So no one can open your file, only who knows your password, only that user can open that particular file. Okay, so this is the way how will you save the file with the password. Now how will you close a document? For that, very simple, what you have done in that MS Word, the same way you have to click on the file option. Okay, and from here you have to click on the close, so it will close the file. Okay, so this will close the file. Okay, so this is the way. Now parts of a writer window we can see here. You have to first click on the text document. So here you can see first one, I think all of you know, that is the title bar, where you can see the name of the application and the name of this untitled one. This is the name of the file. Okay, so if when you will save the file, the file name will come over here, and the software name, application name. So this is the title bar, and this one is the text area where you will write later or document, that is text area. Now next, this one below the title bar, that is a menu bar where you can see the file, edit, view, insert, all these things. This is called menu bar. Then toolbars, these are the toolbar. Okay, so formatting toolbar, standard toolbar. So there are different type of toolbars. So standard toolbar where you can see that cut, copy, paste, all these things, that is standard toolbar. This one, cut, copy, paste, save, then open, new, then print. Okay, so this one is a standard toolbar. Okay, spell check. This one is for table, inserting table, then insert image. This one is completely standard toolbar. Okay, and this one is formatting toolbar. Okay, formatting toolbar means through which you can format your document, format your text. So here you will get the font size, font style, then alignment. So all those things you can see here in the formatting toolbar. Next one is a ruler line. Here this one is the ruler line where you can set your tab. Okay, so when you will click on the tab key, then that space will move, the cursor will move to. Similarly indents, tab stop, indentation, so all these things you can do through this ruler line. Okay, now slide bar, two types of slide bar, that is vertical and horizontal. Two scroll bars are there, two sliding bar. Okay, so this has different options for setting and viewing the document. Here you can see the toolbar is that slide bar. Okay, this one, this has different option you can see here, like this one is properties, then page, then styles, this is gallery, and this one is navigator. So these are the different options are here for setting and viewing the document. And scroll bar, so I think all of you know, that is a vertical scroll bar and horizontal scroll bar, that is for page up and down, and this is left and right. So I think all of you know this thing. Now zoom slider, you can see over here, this one. I think all of you can see my cursor. Yes, this one is the mouse cursor, you can see here now. Is it clear? Okay, so this is called zoom slider, so from which you can increase or decrease the size of your document. Zoom in and zoom out. Next one is the status bar at the bottom left corner of the screen of the writer window. So it displays the total number of pages. Here you can see page 1. So it shows the total number of pages, then how many words, characters are there in this document. Okay, then what is the style, default page style. So these things you can see here in the status bar. Now cursor, so I think all of you know, a vertical pressing line, this one. This is called cursor. So direct cursor can be seen in the body of the text, and the cursor can be moved like This one, here you can see, this one is cursor, and you can move up or down or left or right your cursor with the help of arrow keys. Next is home key. So how the home key works: position the cursor anywhere on the on a line of text except at the beginning of. Home key means it will go to the beginning of the line. Wherever the cursor position is there, wherever the cursor is there, when you will press the home key, then it will go to the beginning of the cursor will move to the beginning of the line. Okay, and end key, and the end key is the just reverse of the home key. So through this the cursor will appear at the end of the line. And if you want to take the cursor to the end of the document, then you have to press the CTRL end. Similarly, in case of suppose at the end of the line or in the middle of anywhere in the document, your cursor is there, and you want to go to move your cursor at the beginning of the document, then you have to press the CTRL and home key together. So you have seen this in MS Word also. So here also you can use the CTRL plus home and then CTRL plus end. So beginning of the document, end of the document, then home and end, that is beginning of the line, end of the line. So these are the different cursor positions. So and next one is mouse pointer. So for that you have to click the cursor mode option, this one. So wherever you will click, it will move there. So that is mouse pointer. So suppose the text is written over here, actually, and the end key is the just reverse of the home key. So through this the cursor will appear at the end of the line. And if you want to take the cursor to the end of the document, then you have to press the CTRL end. Similarly, in case of suppose at the end of the line or in the middle of anywhere in the document, your cursor is there, and you want to go to move your cursor at the beginning of the document, then you have to press the CTRL and home key together. So you have seen this in MS Word also. So here also you can use the CTRL plus home and then CTRL plus end. So beginning of the document, end of the document, then home and end, that is beginning of the line, end of the line. So these are the different cursor positions. So and next one is mouse pointer. So for that you have to click the cursor mode option, this one. So wherever you will click, it will move there. So that is mouse pointer. So suppose the text is written over here, actually, so the I-shaped mouse pointer can be moved over to the desired text in the document. Okay, so wherever you want to edit, there you can move your text cursor. So up, down, left, right, wherever you want you can do. So hence the mouse is used to control the location of the direct cursor. So that's all. Next day we will see editing a document, but before that you read the chapter thoroughly and do the checkpoint. Okay, so here is one question and 2 false. You do it, and next day we will start the editing a document. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.